Good afternoon. We're going to get started with the senior recognition. My name is Brian Gleason. I am chairman and also professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering and Material Science. And on behalf of the MEMS faculty and staff, I certainly would like to extend a very special welcome to the family and friends of our graduates. This is a significant milestone to celebrate, and I'm very happy that we can do it in person. This is something that is not an easy achievement, to find space for this size group. And I think Heather did a great job in finding it right here. This is also being streamed, so we have a number of guests who are patching in via the web. To our fall 2020, spring 2021, and summer 2021 graduates, I extend you an enthusiastic congratulations. It's been a journey, particularly this past year, with Zoom classes, remote lectures, everything. It's been a very long year. And with everything that COVID imposed on us, I think everybody did well, because we're standing here, you're graduated. And that's an achievement, a significant one. And again, I think our high-standing reputation of both the university as well as our department are in good hands because of excellent graduates like you. This pandemic has caused many of us to experience the untimely passing of friends and loved ones. So at this point, I ask a moment of silence to reflect and honor those we have lost, maybe our friends, or even our immediate family. If we could just give a moment of silence right now to have been lost to COVID or some other cause. Thank you. Graduation from university is a time of great joy and anticipation for both students and family. It's the end of years of study and individual sacrifices culminated in a set of experiences that will live in your memories forever. You won't forget many of your classmates, and you definitely won't forget some of your faculty. I know this because personally I don't forget some of my faculty, but even when we have alumni visit, they always reflect on certain faculty or certain classes with great clarity. So this is going to be memorable. You're not going to forget this. Not only this year, but the years that you've been here. And whatever you do in your next venture, I hope that when you reflect upon your time spent here, you take a sense of pride in what you've achieved, and really a sense of pride in the department as well, because you're part of the family now. And as alumni, I hope you stay in touch, because you are part of the family. And always be proud of it to be a Swanson Engineering graduate and part of the international family of Pitt engineers. So at this stage, a member of the graduating class has been selected to deliver remarks on behalf of the graduating classes. It is my pleasure to introduce Ashley Zagara. Ashley will be applying for her mechanical engineering training when she starts full-time employment at Bunting Graphics and Architectural Metals here in the Pittsburgh region. She plans to eventually return to the University of Pittsburgh to pursue an advanced degree in physical therapy. Outside the classroom, Ashley has dedicated her time as an undergraduate teaching assistant and as a member of Pitt's swim club team. She is very excited to congratulate all of her fellow students. Ashley.
Sorry. Thank you very much, Dr. Gleason. All right, so hello everyone. My name is Ashley Zagari, and on behalf of the Mechanical Engineering and Material Science Department, I want to thank each one of you for being here today. I also want to take this time to congratulate my fellow students. It certainly has not been a walk in the park, especially in these final few semesters, but we finally did it, guys. So we are all about to go into the world and make a difference, and we're going to spend every day solving at least one problem. And while we have successfully all completed problems in thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, material selection, and mechanical design, we should all be so proud to have completed the biggest accomplishment yet, which is completing a bachelor's degree virtually during a global pandemic. There was no textbook to tell us how to do this, and we still made it. So how did we get here? Well, Pitt has given us the opportunity to work with some of the best professors that have told us to put our family life before our educational life. And I'm never going to forget how back in February, my father was actually hospitalized for his severe case of the coronavirus. And I was about to withdraw and not graduate this semester. But then Dr. Schmidt said to me, Ashley, class is just an artificial constraint. Your family life is a real one, so go and take care of your family now, and we can always work through senior design later. And to this day, I'm so thrilled to tell you that my father has actually had one of the fastest recoveries that I've ever heard of from COVID, and I'm so thankful to be standing in front of you today, graduating on time with my class. Thank you. So along with this level of academic support, our professors have said and done things that they probably think we won't remember, but honestly, I don't know how anybody could ever forget Dr. Whitefoot wishing everybody a happy Friday before delivering an engaging and enthusiastic lecture, or Dr. Robertson making sure that every single student understood the concept at hand before moving on to the next concept. Or Dr. Givey, the vibrations chief himself, saying, "Chiefs, isn't this the most exciting material you have ever learned ever?" Our professors have certainly given us the passionate instruction and the encouragement that we need to keep us going. But how else did we succeed? I want you all to take a minute and look around. I did not expect the room to be this big, but I hope that all of you can find someone in this room that you collaborated with on something. Few things in this life beat the feeling of knowing that you and another student sat down and you probably struggled together for 8, 9, 10 plus hours, but you were able to learn by putting your heads together. And it was probably so much less painful to get through the assignment with somebody doing the same thing as you. Collaboration is a top skill to have as an engineer, and we were all so fortunate to be exposed to it in several of our project-based classes. But outside of the classroom, a lot of us have spent our time doing things that also introduce collaboration. A lot of us have spent our time as undergraduate teaching assistants like myself, or they've been a part of clubs such as American Society of Mechanical Engineers, or Engineering Student Council, or Society of Women Engineers, and that's just to name a select few. And they all serve for students to collaborate with each other and help one another without us being forced to do so for a class. And this should tell you a lot about the culture we have here at Pitt, because every single student that I have met here is such a hardworking and personable individual, and they all have the same goal, which is to become someone who solves problems each and every day to better the lives of those around us. Now, it hasn't been all rainbows and sunshine for 4 straight years. In fact, we live in Pittsburgh, so as you can see, it's usually raining. I'll start by saying that about 75% of us have definitely developed a newly found caffeine addiction. And of course, this pandemic and curriculum has had its challenges. I want you all to think back to the time that Pitt announced that they were going virtual. How did you feel? Personally, I felt very anxious and very scared for what was to come. But everybody thought the world was going to be a mess remotely. And looking back on these last 2.5 semesters that we've done online, I actually think students and faculty both will come out of this so much stronger, because it is us who are the ones that have the most experience in adjusting to all new learning conditions, and we did it in 12 days, and that is something to be proud of. In addition to our coming out of this pandemic, we have had experiences before and during that we will always take with us. That includes filling a whiteboard top to bottom with your semester's worth of material to study for your finals, or it might be building a giant Rube Goldberg machine that spanned 3 floors of Benedum for Dr. Clark's class. It could also be having a miniature panic attack before you give your flawless presentation at the Design Expo, like I know all of you did. It could also be miraculously doing well on that really, really difficult Dr. Berry exam. These are things that will make us look back on our education and smile. And personally, I'm always going to smile when I think of sitting down in Dr. Kurzman's office for my 8:30 a.m. TA meeting, and he noticed that I was really tired, so he offered me a cup of coffee to get me through the rest of my day. But in addition to our experiences at Swanson, we have experiences that are just part of us being with the University of Pittsburgh. This could include singing Sweet Caroline, or screaming your hatred of Penn State at the top of your lungs, whichever you prefer. It could also include late-night runs to Sereno's or Antunes, or pictures in front of the cathedral, or downing that perch breakfast really, really quickly before your 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. final. And these are experiences that we will miss greatly, but never forget. So, from the passionate instruction to the support, to the experiences, we are all going to be graduating with an absolutely unforgettable 4 years. And going forward, I hope that you never want to stop learning, because we have already all expanded our knowledge greatly with the help of our professors and each other. I hope that you always want to learn, and we will all do such great things as engineers, but we will never forget where we began. So I want to personally thank, on behalf of all of the students, the Swanson School of Engineering and the University of Pittsburgh, for giving us all a fantastic start to the rest of our careers. So thank you, hail to Pitt, and MEMS class of 2021, let's graduate.
Ashley, that was excellent. Oh, actually, we have to give you a little token of our appreciation. That was a fantastic speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So again, well done. That's a tough act to follow, I have to say. That was good. So this past year has witnessed significant social unrest that impacted many of our students, particularly our minority students. The unrest couldn't be ignored. And moreover, it motivated a number of students to take action. And through their leadership, the MEMS department formed the Student Advisory Board that is focused on building a stronger, more supportive community of students, community with students and the faculty. And so now I'd like to invite Terrell Galloway, founding co-chair of our Student Advisory Board, to the stage. Terrell.
I mean, we did it, right? So, I am Terrell Galloway, and I am the co-founder and co-chair of the Mechanical Engineering and Material Science Department Student Advisory Board, or MEMS SAB for short. And before I get started, I just got a couple of people I got to thank, because I would not be on this stage without them. First, thank you, Dr. Gleason, for allowing me to have this opportunity. Heather? I mean, come on. Everyone knows how important Heather is to the MEMS department. So thank you, Heather. Mom, thank you, Mom. You know, that's my heart. She's the real MVP. My family, everyone, Pitt Excel, my mentors, thank you for everyone who has helped me to become on the stage today. And now I want to talk about, I'm honored to speak to you all today, especially now as a Pitt grad. And Swanson School of Engineering is one of the best engineering schools in the world, you know. And when the look on people's faces, when you say, hey, I attend Pitt, or now I'm a graduate of the Pitt, you know, they're like, oh, especially for engineering, right? They're astonished. And there's research, right? We have research opportunities, we have competitions, clubs, E-Week, the Makerspace, and so much more here at Pitt. But while Pitt has been a trailblazer in so many areas, one area where it has fallen short is teacher and student relationships, right? And recognizing intersectionality. So intersectionality is the acknowledgement that everyone has their own unique experiences of discrimination and oppression. And we must consider everything and anything that can marginalize people. And this will include gender, sex, race, class, religion, disability, physical appearance, and height. Most, if not all of these, were outside the current scope of engineering, right? And I can understand why it was left out of this construct within the MEMS department. And especially at MEMS, where we have the largest department, right? Also the best department, right? We got the best department. So why not make it even better? Why not unify us, the professors and the students? And that's the goal of the MEMS Student Advisory Board. Our mission is to amplify the voices of all underrepresented students in MEMS in order to create a more unified and proactive MEMS department. Several of my peers and I helped to create the SAB to bridge the gap between students and professors. And what really triggered us to act was the social unrest over the past summer. And over my lifetime and the lifetime, of all of those before me, there has always been social unrest. However, George Floyd was the tipping point for myself and my peers. Personally, I kept thinking, when am I going to be next? And trauma and grief, they're real. And even if you don't know that person personally, those impacts are real. And my peers, we found ourselves wondering and trying to decide if we're going to be Black and actually impact our communities and go out there and protest, or if we're going to decide to be students today and focus on our quizzes and our homework and our tests, because it was too emotionally draining to do both. But we're not alone in this issue. Intersectionality affects everyone, right? Whether you're a different gender, right? Whether you're a single parent household, any of those things, you're more than just an engineer. And as students, we can understand that. And we wanted the professors to understand that as well. Intersectionality matters. There's different students going through different things. We have students going through Asian hate, right? And we need to bridge all of these things together. We need to understand that we are here for each other, and we are one as a MEMS department. And there was also a startalization that not a lot of engineers were considering social justice within their designs. And you can look no further than the iPhone. When it was first created with the Face ID, it actually didn't work for darker shades of melanin, right? And so we actually need, as engineers, we need to think about social justice issues. We need to think about people who don't just look like us in order to create products that work for all. And a way that we can start doing this is simply having conversations. That's what we did when we created the Student Advisory Board and started reaching out to our professors. We just had simple conversations, courageous conversations. This means talking about those things that we don't really want to talk about, things that are going to make us uncomfortable, but all with the goal of understanding in mind. And we can think about people who do not just look like us. Honestly, if you think about it, as mechanical engineers, we all know what stress concentrations are, right? Pretty much if you put a hole into something. So we can relate stress concentrations. They're really not that much different from social justice issues. Stress concentration can be considered a hole. Social justice issue will be a problem, okay? And if you have a hole within any type of thing, we know this, it's gonna create what? More stress. Same with social justice issues. It's gonna create more stress. What happens if you ignore a hole? You never account for it in your design. Dr. Schmidt taught us this. That crack, there's gonna be a crack that happens, and it's gonna begin to propagate. There's gonna be more stress, too much stress there. Same thing with social justice issues. If you're ignoring those social justice issues, it's going to be a crack. There's going to propagate into discrimination, hatred, and all these different things. So as engineers, we know to acknowledge those things, and now we're going to do it in our designs. In closing, I believe that we can trailblaze the next steps of engineering justice and create a more accepting and impactful world. You know, my Uncle Ben, he once told me that with great power comes great responsibility. Well, it's not really my uncle, but still, right? Our power is engineering, and our responsibility is to everyone. We can ensure that we have diversity of thought when we go back into our jobs or into schools, into the classroom. We as engineers have the power to design the future so that it is a future that we all want to live in. I believe we only have greatness ahead of us. What about you? I'm a firm believer in speaking this into existence. So, all my students, if you want to, can you please stand? We're going to speak this into existence. So what I want you to do is repeat after me. You're going to say 3 simple things. The first thing is I am great, okay? The second thing is you are great. The third thing is we are great. Simple, right? So we're going to actually speak our greatness into existence, all right? And when you say it like you mean it. We just graduated. Come on now. So, I am great. I am great. Did y'all just graduate? Come on, say it with meaning. I am great. I am great. You are great. You are great. We are great. We are great. I am great. I am great. You are great. You are great. We are great. We are great. I am great. I am great. You are great. You are great. We are great. We are great. Yeah! Again, my name is Terrell Galloway. Thank you, and congratulations. We made it.
Well, now I have a second tough act to follow. See, how am I going to do this? But thank you, Terrell, for your leadership. It's been a pleasure working with you, and I'm going to enjoy working with you and the others as we move forward with the SAB. So at this time, the graduating classes would like to acknowledge the contributions of 2 of our faculty members. To do this, I invite Carolyn Curran and Jonah D. Corti to the stage. Jonah and, oh, there we go.
Thanks, Dr. Gleason. I have the honor and pleasure of introducing Dr. Whitefoot as the winner of the MEMS Faculty Award. He's an incredible asset to our department, bringing practical industry experience to students. And we have no doubt that his knowledge and stories from working in the automotive industry are a part of the reason he was chosen. Dr. Whitefoot clearly demonstrates a dedication to making learning fun. But pure engineering knowledge isn't the only reason he was chosen today. Each day in class, Dr. Whitefoot exhibits a deep care for his students that we might not expect from a professor at such a large school like Pitt. Personally, I reached out to Dr. Whitefoot last year when I was in a time of need, and he truly warmed my heart with his response. It was obvious that he cared about me more than as a student aiming for an engineering degree, but he cared about me as a person. And I'm confident that he has impacted and warmed the hearts of many students sitting in this room today and joining us on Zoom. So it's my pleasure to announce Dr. John Whitefoot as the winner of the MEMS Faculty Award.
So we just decided this. The voting was on Saturday, I think it was, so we didn't have time for a plaque. So John, we're going to give you a plaque on this. And the check's in the mail, I guess. So again, congratulations, John. Now for the material science and engineering faculty, it's actually Eric Rhodes who will be announcing that.
Thank you. Dr. Marcus Schmielis has been an integral part in the journey of all the MSc students here today. He truly cares about the students and our successes, both personally and professionally, and has been there with us through the past several years of our collegiate careers. He was there at the beginning, running the MSc open houses to encourage freshmen to pursue material science, and even going to high school outreach events to get kids excited about engineering. He has served as our professor for Keystone classes in MSc and recently took over the role of undergraduate advisor this past year, further establishing his commitment to the students and their journeys through MSc. Even through these COVID semesters, he has been more than willing to help in any ways he can, putting the health and well-being of these students as his top priority. Even now, as we all prepare to go off and pursue various careers in industry, research, and graduate school, Dr. Schmielus is here to see our journeys as undergrads come to an end and to wish us the best of luck as our new journeys begin. And with that, it is an honor to present this award to you on behalf of the entire Material Science and Engineering staff and students. We're all honored to have you as a teacher, a mentor, and a friend. Thank you, Dr. Schmielus.
All right, that was excellent, and congratulations to the two faculty members. But I don't think that diminishes the effort by all the faculty, in fact, who have put a lot of time in, especially this past year with the online teaching, which was quite a switch that we had to do. Speaking into a monitor and teaching into a monitor is not the best situation, but as difficult as learning from a monitor, I guess. We'll now formally recognize the outstanding seniors and class representatives from the MEMS department. Presenting these awards will be Dr. Jeffrey Vipperman, Vice Chair of the MEMS department. Jeff.
Good afternoon, and congratulations. Our mechanical engineering senior is Eli Sigmund. Eli is graduating with honors. He is part of the 5-year graduate program at Pitt and will be finishing his master's degree in bioengineering and medical product design next year. During his time at Pitt, Eli has worked with Zoll LifeVest in Pittsburgh through the co-op program and will be moving to California for the summer to work with Noah Medical, a medical device startup company. He has also spent his time at Pitt leading Hillel Jewish Student Union, creating experiences for Jewish Pitt undergraduates. In recognition of your achievement as outstanding senior, please accept this gift commemorating this honor. Our outstanding material science and engineering senior is Eric Rhodes. Eric worked as an undergraduate researcher in Dr. Wei Xiong's lab. Recently, he worked with Dr. Marcus Chmielus on a senior design project titled Enhancement of Metal 3D Printed Respiratory Filters. His group was awarded top prize in the Spring 2021 Design Expo for this project. Eric is also a brother of the Alpha Phi Omega Service Fraternity, as well as a member of the Tau Beta Pi Engineering Society. Eric is honored to have spent the past 4 years with his friends and classmates in the MEMS department and wishes everyone the best of luck with their future endeavors. In recognition of your achievement as outstanding senior, please accept this gift commemorating this honor. Our mechanical engineering, technical difficulties. Our mechanical engineering class representative is Caroline Curran. Caroline was a Nordenberg Leadership Scholar with a full scholarship. Caroline held an internship with Westinghouse and a co-op position with Bechtel and had the opportunity to travel as far as Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, to engage in her work. Additionally, she led Pitt's chapter of the American Nuclear Society. Caroline acknowledges the love and encouragement from her mom, dad, brother, and fiance. In recognition of your achievement as class representative, please accept this gift commemorating this honor. Our material science and engineering class representative is Jonah DeCourty. Jonah has had internships working on steel and titanium. He's taken classes on bio and nuclear engineering, and he has done research on polymer and elastomer systems. After he graduates, Jonah will be going to New Jersey to start work as an R&D engineer at a metallurgical company. For the past 2 years, Jonah has been the recipient of the Robert E. Rumsick Scholarship. Jonah would like to thank his family and friends for their support over the past 4 years. In recognition of your achievement as class representative, please accept this gift commemorating the honor.
Okay, we're getting to the key part of this event, and that's the portion where we give individual recognition to each of our graduating seniors in attendance. So this is your last test that you have to do, really, because we're going to ask the graduates to go to the back to form the line in alphabetical order, which means numerical order from what Heather has given you. So watch Heather, she's going to orchestrate everything. But what we're going to do, we're going to give it to her. So all the graduates, if they could go to the back and just form a line and look at the number that you have. Remarkably, we're going to do this, you'll see. So our students have been mentored by outstanding faculty, and I'd like to introduce those who are in attendance. And to do that, I want to introduce Matt Berry. If you could wave your arm, Matt, where you're somewhere here. I know you're here. I did, oh, yep. Matt Berry, Heng Ben, who is Associate Dean also for Strategic Initiatives. Nikhil Bajaj, Marcus Chamelius, who we've introduced. Hassam Babi, I don't know if Hassam is here, actually. Sang-Yao Lee, our distinguished Professor Payman Givey, who is somewhere here. I saw him around. Ann Robertson, Associate Dean for Faculty Development. Anant Senachek. Pat Smolinski, I think I saw him. Pat somewhere here. Oh, there he is, thank you. Tony Kurzman and John Whitefoot. And what I'd like to do also is break ranks a little bit here and invite somebody else who's part of the family of Pitt and also no stranger to the School of Engineering itself, and that's Don Shields, because his daughter is graduating here, so we'd like to have him come up as well. Even though Don has switched schools on us, he's Associate Dean for External Relations in the School of Computing and Information, and again, his daughter is graduating as well, so, and he's been a great person to work with our school. So the idea here is we're going to have readers who come to read the names of the students. They'll come through and you'll see that there's recognition, 3 items that they identify as highlights of their career. And then for the students, we have a picture taken at the front here. I think I have to shift the lectern, is that the idea? Or I shift this? The lectern? The lectern. Shift this. Okay. So we'll do that. So as we're doing this, our outstanding seniors and class representatives will now announce our graduate names and accomplishments, starting with the material science and engineering. So, let me get set up here. Jeff? Yeah. Okay. I think we're just going to skip here. Yeah.
Ready? Danielle Brunetta. Danielle would like to thank her friends and family for their constant love and support.
Emma Dickinson. Emma is looking forward to starting graduate school at Northwestern University in fall 2021 as the next step on her path to becoming a professional scientist.
Pei-Yun Fong. Pei-Yun is participating virtually today. Pei-Yun was trained in an MMD lab as an undergraduate researcher. Great thanks to Dr. Wei Zhang and his group.
Lauren Gerchek. Lauren would like to thank her friends and family for their support through her college career.
Yang Guo. Yang is participating virtually today. Yang wants to say thank you for all the support of his friends and family, and he says he couldn't make it through COVID-19 without their support.
Yi Xiao He. Yi Xiao is participating virtually. Yi Xiao wants to say thank you for the support of his friends and family and hopes to go on to get his master's degree.
Guanghao Hu. Guanghao is participating virtually. Guanghao appreciates everything he experienced in Pitt and is ready to continue his study in Japan.
Anastasia July. Anastasia would like to thank her friends, family, and Kat for their support during her time as an undergraduate.
Hoan Richard Liu. Richard is joining us virtually. Richard will always remember the courage and the resilient power he gained from Pitt and carry it with him till the end of his life. It's his pleasure to be a part of Pitt. Hail to Pitt.
Jonathan Locker. Jonathan would like to thank his family for supporting him through college and his classmates for all the long late-night study sessions.
Yisheng Liu. Yisheng is joining us virtually. Yisheng has maintained mental health after such a long pandemic situation.
Tyler Papelham. Tyler would like to thank his friends and family for their support.
Teddy Sedlar. Teddy is joining us virtually today. Teddy is extremely grateful to her sisters, who have been her inspiration and motivation through all the struggles she has faced.
Kelsey Shields. After graduation, Kelsey will begin her career in the cosmetics industry as an associate engineer for the Estee Lauder companies in New York.
Ryan Smith. Ryan wants to say thank you to his mom and dad for all the support they have provided him through the years and motivating him to stick with engineering.
Shibo Tan. Shibo is participating virtually. Shibo wants to thank everybody in the MEMS department and wish all MSc students a wonderful future.
Nicholas Vostel. As a junior, Nick's microgravity experiments was selected for transport to the International Space Station by NASA and the SSEP.
Pong Wei. Pong is participating virtually. Pong wants to say thanks to her roommate, friends, and family.
Ray Tao Wen. Ray Tao is joining us virtually today. Ray Tao wants to say thank you for the help of his family, friends, and the faculty in SSOE in both academic work and life during his study at Pitt.
Jacob Wright. Jacob would like to thank his family and friends for supporting him through college.
And last but not least, Junjie Wu. Junjie is joining us virtually today. Junjie wants to thank the support of his family.
We have the mechanical engineer student reps and outstanding senior.
Henry Adrian. Henry is proud to have earned the Innovation, Product Design, and Entrepreneurship Certificate while exploring his interest in entrepreneurship.
Andrew All. Andrew wants to thank his parents for the guidance and support at both CCAC and Pitt that have made a substantial impact on his life.
Cassidy Ball. Cassidy wants to say thank you to her husband, Eli, parents, Jim and Marlene, and sister, Alicia, for all of the support over the years.
Noah Bauer. Noah says, I would like to acknowledge Justin Boos for teaching me how to live and love.
Rachel Blum. Rachel is excited to graduate and begin her career at Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory.
Nicholas Bone. Nick wants to thank his friends, peers, and roommates that made Pittsburgh enjoyable.
Alan Browning. Alan is participating virtually. Alan will be working for Collins Aerospace upon graduation.
Justin Boos. Justin gained valuable work experience through his co-ops with Bombardier Transportation and Red Zone Robotics.
Jacob Bucieres. Jacob is going on to earn a master's degree and wants to thank his family for their support.
Louis Colangelo. Louis would like to thank his friends and family for their unconditional love and support.
Paul Cox. Paul is participating virtually. Paul worked as a science undergraduate leadership intern for Idaho National Lab.
Brent Coyne. Brent wants to say thank you for the support of his family and friends.
Dustin Cutrazala. Dustin is participating virtually. Dustin wants to thank his family for always being there, supporting me through my journey. He will be going into the workforce for NAVSEA.
Andrea Davis. Andrea graduated summa cum laude in December and now designs lunar rovers at Astrobotic.
Marissa DeFio. Marissa's most notable project at Pitt was a collaboration with the Student Spaceflight Experiments program to test aluminum corrosion in space.
Gabriel Detter. Gabe is thankful for his friends, family, and mentors that supported him so far and continue to do so as he is beginning his career at Aerotech.
Christian Edelman. Christian would like to thank his family for all the love and support they gave him.
Tyler Eklund. Tyler wants to emphasize that he wouldn't be the confident mechanical engineer he is today without the unconditional support of his family and friends.
Matthew Engler. Matt wants to say thank you for the support of his friends and family and is excited to begin working here in Pittsburgh.
Carrie Eshelman. Carrie worked as a mechanical engineering co-op at Extrude Hone for 3 semesters.
Papa Fall. Papa would like to thank his family, his friends, and his professors.
Brian Patrick Farron. Brian Patrick would like to thank his friends and family that helped him along the way. He graduated in December of 2020 and now works at Naval Nuclear Labs.
Lucas Fair. Lucas would like to thank his family and friends for their constant support throughout his college career.
Benjamin Ferreira. Ben wants to thank his family for helping him through a little longer than expected. He is already working as a field service engineer at Consark.
Michael Finnegan. Michael thanks his family for their consistent support through these past 20 plus years.
William Fitch. William would like to say thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything.
Christian Francisi. Christian wants to say thank you to his colleagues, friends, and family whose guidance and mentorship are priceless. Christian is participating virtually.
Caleb Frederick. Caleb was active in Pittsburgh's cycling community, racing for Pitt Cycling and working part-time at a local bike shop.
Rachel Fry. Rachel wants to say thank you to her family for their support and encouragement.
Adam Fryer. Adam defied the odds and successfully transferred into the School of Engineering.
Terrell Galloway. Terrell hopes to combine his social justice with engineering and to maintain a relationship with Pitt through his nonprofit Future Kings mentoring.
Richard Gleason. Richie looks forward to starting his new job as a project engineer at ACE Services, where he worked as a co-op the past 3 years.
Riley Gordish. Riley wants to thank his friends and family for the endless support throughout his schooling experience. He is excited to pursue his future at Naval Nuclear Labs.
Jonathan Graff. Jonathan would like to thank God, his friends, and family for the overwhelming support.
Andrew Harmon. Andrew is participating virtually. Andrew wants to thank his parents for all of their support and is excited to go to Israel after graduation.
John Hiller. John would like to thank his family for their support.
Zach Hood. Zach is a 4-year member of Phi Eta Sigma Honors Society.
Yuechuan Hao. Yuechuan is participating virtually. Yuechuan wants to thank everybody around him for helping him become a better student and a better person.
William Hyman. Will wants to thank his family and friends for their support and encouragement over the past 4 years.
Zaire Amam. Zaire is participating virtually. Zaire would like to thank his family and friends for all the support they have provided for the past 4 years.
Meyer Jeffers. Meyer is participating virtually. Meyer would like to thank his friends and family for the incredible support they have given him to get through college.
Elijah Jenkins. Elijah would like to thank his family and friends for their love and support.
Shibwa Ja. Shibwa Simon Ja graduates with an outstanding grade.
Shirun Ja. Shirun is participating virtually. Shirun wants to thank all of the staff from Scoopy.
Bailey Jones. Bailey would like to say thank you to everyone who has been a part of this experience, especially her 2 angels working overtime, Mom and Dad.
Evan Caseman. Evan is participating virtually. Evan graduated with a 4.0 and is excited to start work for Facebook Reality Labs.
Joseph Cavell. Joseph would like to thank his family for their love and support over the years.
Nicholas Kenny. Nick wants to say thank you for the support of his family and friends.
Nathan Knippel. Nathan graduates with a perfect 4.0 and as part of the first place team at the Fall 2020 Senior Design Expo.
Luke Kreider. Luke would like to thank all of his family and friends for their support throughout his education.
William Latour. Will was an active member of the Makerspace community as a mentor and safety trainer, and plans to continue his education in the SSOE Master's Program.
Jiasho Le. Jiasho likes his classmates at Pitt. He says, "You are warm-hearted, polite, high energy, and fun. It's nice to meet you at Pitt."
Eliezer Lester. Eliezer is participating virtually. Eliezer graduates summa cum laude.
Benjamin Lesturgeon. Benjamin would like to thank his parents, grandparents, friends, and everyone else who has supported him throughout his college experience.
Noah Levine. Noah is participating virtually. Noah wants to thank his friends and family for their support throughout these last 4 years.
Ju-Chi Lee. Ju-Chi is participating virtually. Ju-Chi wants to say thank you for the support of his friends and family and hopes to go on to get his master's degree.
Christopher Link. Chris wants to say thank you for the support of his friends and family over the past 4 years.
Stephanie Litwack. Stephanie is participating virtually. Stephanie participated in marching band for 4 years and is grateful to the whole band community for their support and memories.
Yunan Liu. Yunan is participating virtually. Yunan wants to appreciate all of the professors and friends that gave him help while pursuing the bachelor's degree. Apparently not. Not virtually.
Hong Tao Lo. Hong Tao is participating virtually. Hong Tao graduates with a very great GPA and is excited to be accepted to the graduate program of UCB.
Alex Mack. Alex wants to say thanks to his friends for always being there and making the last few semesters through quarantine still ones to remember.
Megan McWilliams. Megan would like to thank her friends and family for their support and love throughout her 4 years at Pitt.
Brandon Matthews. He wants to thank his friends and family for all of their support and continued encouragement on his college journey.
Ryan Matakaitis. Ryan is looking forward to getting his master's degree and thanks his friends and family for their continued support.
Benjamin McCall. Ben wants to thank his friends and family for their support and hopes to go on to work as a mechanical engineer in the industrial robotics industry.
Brian McKenna. Brian would like to thank his family and friends for their constant support during his academic career.
Alexander Meek. Alexander wants to thank the Pitt Marching Band for its incredible community and experience. He will always value his time as a part of the band.
Jared Melnick. Jared would like to thank his family for all of the love and support over the past 4 years.
Bryce Merrill. Bryce looks forward to returning to Siemens Energy, where he completed his co-op rotations.
Max Milan. Max would like to say thank you to his friends, family, and teammates for all of their support.
Ramon Milk. Ramon would like to thank his parents, Ray and Antonia, his sister Rachel, his girlfriend Meg, and his amazing friends who supported him every day.
Gabrielle Moore. Gabrielle is participating virtually. Gabrielle is excited to have started a new job with Northrop Grumman this year.
Arya Nirumand. Arya would like to thank his friends and family for their support during his college career.
Ryan O'Gara. Ryan wants to thank the University of Pittsburgh staff and professors for helping him throughout the process.
Zachary Ostrander. Zach would like to give thanks to God and his family. Zach would like to give a shout out to his father, mother, and grandmother for their support.
Riley Park. Riley would like to thank his parents for all of their support over the last 4 years, and he hopes he can continue to make them proud.
Vikrant Patel. Vikrant would like to thank his family for their constant support. He looks forward to working in the medical device industry.
Gabrielle Peel. Gabrielle would like to thank her friends and family for being her rock throughout her college career.
Jonathan Perlman. Jonathan was Pitt's homecoming winner, as well as a co-op student of the year honorable mention.
Scotty Poi Poi. Scotty looks forward to starting his new job with Aerotech.
Pedro Quiroga. Pedro wants to thank his friends and family for all the love and support throughout his collegiate career.
Jack Rosso. Jack would like to thank his family and friends for the support over the past 4 years.
Nathaniel Rumrill. Nathaniel wants to thank his friends and family who helped him persevere throughout many challenges and graduate.
Alex Swacha. Alex is participating virtually. Alex would like to thank all of his friends and family that have supported him throughout his undergrad career.
Eric Scherbacher. Eric was a founding member of the University of Pittsburgh's Society of Astronautics and Rocketry and served as the chief engineer and president.
Andrew Sipple. Andy wants to say thank you to the extended support and positivity from friends and family.
Leah Circus. Leah is participating virtually. Leah would like to thank her family and friends for their support.
Cody Smith. Cody is graduating with his second Bachelor's of Science degree and is eager to begin the next stages of his life.
Sarah Snavely. Sarah is participating virtually. Sarah wants to thank her friends and family for their support and hopes to go on to get her master's degree.
Timotheus Suakinto. Wilbert, he goes by, would like to thank his parents and family for unwavering support through a challenging 4 years of engineering school.
William Stevens. Will successfully completed all of his classes with passing grades.
Noah Stickle. Later this month, Noah is going to commission into the Army. He looks forward to pursuing a civilian career after more Army training this fall.
Jacob Stoner. Jacob finished college with a commendable GPA and is excited to start his new job with SEA Limited.
Benjamin Sumner. Ben would like to thank Hillary, Scott, Jake, Will, Marlene, and Aaron for supporting him throughout his studies.
Tao Soon. Tao greatly appreciates the support of his family and friends.
Emily Swedish. Since graduating, Emily has begun working full-time as a project engineer at New Jersey Natural Gas.
Ding Ding Tan. Ding Ding is participating virtually. Ding Ding's last salutations are to them who knew her imperfections and still loved her.
Suchun Tao. Suchun is participating virtually. Suchun wants to thank his friends and family who always have his back and encouraged him when he was low.
Christopher Tarosi. Chris is participating virtually. Chris completed 3 rotations in the co-op program, designing hydraulic filtered parts for Schroeder Industries.
Patrick Tyson. Patrick would like to thank his fiancée, family, and friends for supporting him through his time at Pitt, and he can't wait for the next steps in his engineering career working for the Efficiency Network in Pittsburgh.
Tuo Wong. Tuo wants to thank you all for the support of his family and Pitt.
Justin Weber. Justin would like to thank his friends and family for all of their support throughout his time at Pitt.
Aaron Westerman. Aaron is participating virtually. Aaron wants to thank his family for inspiring him to pursue excellence and their steadfast support.
Caroline Westrick. She would like to thank her parents, brother, boyfriend, and dog for all of their support throughout the years.
Frederick Wohlers. Fred would like to thank his mom, dad, and brother for all the support they have provided.
Bo Wu. Bo is participating virtually. Bo is thankful for his family, friends, and the MEM staff for their support during his undergraduate study.
Yang Wu. Yang Wu would like to thank his parents for unconditional love and support during his time in college.
Zhu Liang Chao. Zhu Liang is participating virtually. Zhu Liang graduates with a perfect 3.9 and is excited to continue study in graduate school.
Wingye Xu. Wingye is participating virtually. Wingye was able to complete his education during the epidemic.
Shen Yi Xu. Shen Yi is participating virtually. Shen Yi wants to challenge herself to find who she really is in her 20s.
Yao Yao Xu. Yao Yao is participating virtually. Yao Yao wants to say thank you for the support of her friends and family and hopes to go on to get her master's degree.
Yifan Yin. Yifan wants to say thank you to his parents who support him all the time and to his friends who keep him company.
Jesse Yawansky. Jesse recently lost his dad to a battle with cancer and wants to say, "Look, Dad, I did it."
Ashley Zagari. Ashley would like to say thank you to her family and friends for all of their unconditional love and support.
Xiaoyang Zhang. Xiaoyang wants to thank Dr. Bajaj for a lot of sharing his knowledge and ideas for my future development.
Alexis Zito. Alexis would like to thank her family and friends for their support as she completed her degree.
Jingshu Zhang. Jingshu Zhang wants to send thanks for the support and help of his friends and family and is excited to enter graduate school for study.
All right. Well, you survived. That was a long line, and the bar is open after this, so don't worry. Graduates, as we end this afternoon's program, please join me in acknowledging the family members and friends who have gathered here or joined via streaming in your honor and who have contributed to your success, emotionally and even perhaps financially. They certainly deserve your recognition and thanks. As you succeed in your professional life, I again encourage you to maintain the bonds between you and your classmates and with the Swanson School of Engineering through active participation in the many programs that we have. Our best wishes are extended to you, your families, and friends as you change the world. So my final note here is, as you know, she's been referenced many times, and that's Heather Manns. And she is, oh, there she is right there. And again, thank you, Heather, for everything that you do. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Again, the bar is open. I believe that you can take photos outside as well. The scoreboard has the congratulations to seniors as well if you go outside. And maybe we'll see you tonight as well, and hopefully it doesn't rain. But again, thank you, everybody.